again, another light bulb moment. It's like, who's going to buy my business? Why would you buy my business? Just thought that no one's going to do this, which is when I started diversifying into the group fitness more. And also I started thinking about how I was charging my clients as well too. And my attitude towards my clients financially, not my attitude towards my clients in terms of training, that has not changed. But I just looked at the financial aspect of how I was running my business, made some changes, got into the group fitness, which is a business that you can sell because it's more easy, replicable, easier to bring people in. Personal training, it's just that, it's personal, too hard to replicate.
So you started leveraging your time better and also the realisation of what was actually saleable within a personal trainer structure and creating more of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's lots of different income streams that personal trainers, might choose to pursue. I mean, I teach a lot of Thai boxing, a lot of kickboxing, so I sell gloves, I sell shin guards, that kind of stuff. Some personal trainers who maybe, for example, throw a bit more tin around than me, might like selling supplements or food products, something like that nature. Small margins, but it does all add up. And it's just ticking away for you easily in the background. But the big one, of course, is group fitness. Because at the end of the day, I've got 20 people showing up for a class at $15 each in a prime time. Well, it's $300 an hour versus one person showing up for an hour at $100. It's a no-brainer. Because most importantly as well too, the culture that revolves around payment from group fitness clients versus payment from personal training clients is very different. Personal trainers are always faced, do I charge, do I not charge when the client doesn't show up? Always a difficult decision. And I don't know if there's an easy answer to that one, to be honest. But I do know one thing, is that group fitness clients pay whether they're there or not, and they expect to pay whether they're there or not. Like I said, the culture's different and it's easier. My emotional investment is not as high. I don't have that association of someone eating a bag of chips on the weekend when I've just spent 3 hours writing out a dietary plan for them. I don't have that problem of them not going down the hill walk on the weekend because they're coming to the classes 3 or 4 times a week. Great. And that's probably enough for most people, not all people. But as you well know, most people are going to benefit extremely well from coming to a class 3 or 4 times a week. Great. That should be the goal.
And do you think that would have picked up after the earthquake? Do you think group training became possibly a more popular environment for people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I first started in 2002, I put an ad in the Yellow Pages, as it was back then. Now, there wasn't a lot of people doing studio-based stuff. And from memory, there were 6 of us in the Yellow Pages. So I went and bought the biggest ad, and I had the absolute cream of the crop client-wise, because that's how people came on board, either word of mouth or Yellow Pages, then through to a website. And there was a few other studios that I knew were around at the time, but not a whole lot. And earthquake came along and ended overnight for a lot of people. That was my understanding anyway, in terms of, their businesses. And for 6 months actually, because I was very fortunate that I wasn't affected largely. One of our gyms was knocked over, but we were able to adjust and adapt and move, etc. But I largely wasn't affected. 6 months really was, again, from we'll put the human aspect aside here, it really was not a bad time for business because of the fact that a lot of people had gone out, were re-establishing themselves. And 6 months or a year later, all of a sudden people start popping up in the park. And then outdoor training become much, much, much more popular in Christchurch, which is great, fantastic. And then more studios started appearing because I think a lot of personal trainers realised, oh, hold on, I can do this from my garage, which is all I started with in 2002. Put a couple of bits of gear in my garage and put an ad in the Yellow Pages. Got a good website and away I went.
And so now the competition on that side of things, do you think that's quite high level?
Very. The competition in Christchurch is very strong. There are people popping up left, right and centre. There are far more educators than there was years ago, 15 years ago. Far more accessibility, easier accessibility to courses. And a lot of people, like I said, just realised, well, I don't really need a lot. I don't have to go work at one of the traditional commercial gyms if I don't want to. And they've gone out, and good on them as well too, gone out and got things started by themselves and are probably in some ways doing quite well. I do just wonder, again, coming back to the financial aspect, what their definition of well is and what my definition of well is. I also early on made the decision as well to follow the McDonald's theory, which is probably in some ways a bad example in light of this discussion, but we bought a commercial property with the intention of putting a commercial personal training studio in there. So my business paid for my commercial property. That was an extremely good move on our behalf.